this morning. Can't wait for this, ladies.
Joe, I'm so excited for this. In fact, the scarf has come over with me, but we're going to have to put that up because I have to have my hands free. Because I just, I might need to try out what you have going on here. I see some peanut butter cups.
You might better make sure they're all right.
Just to make sure they're okay. Of course, I'm looking out for Joe there. We have Lauren Taylor Fleming. She's, of course, with the Reese's Senior Bowl, and Miss Georgia Russo's from Russo's Catering here. And you are making an I love peanut butter pie.
That's right. You can go on the Hershey's.com website and get all kinds of wonderful recipes. My husband's favorite is Hershey's Reese's peanut butter cups. So I'm always looking for good recipes for that. And this is the easiest one that is the most delicious.
And I think you were actually looking out for me this morning because you thought, hey, Chastity needed some breakfast, and what better to cook her than a peanut butter pie?
That's right. That's right. We do a Reese's peanut butter. Reese's now has their own peanut butter and cream cheese, and you mix those together along with the vanilla. You always got to have some good vanilla in a good pie.
And Lauren, while Georgia's going to town on this, getting ready for the Senior Bowl, you guys have some big names coming.
We do. We've got Auburn, Alabama players from FSU. It's going to be a lot of big names, so we're excited.
And, are tickets still available? Talk about where they can get those and how long they'll be available.
Yes, there are still some available. They're $10, $20, and $30, so a great price if you want to bring your whole family. And you can come down to our office, 151 Dolphin Street, or visit our website, seniorbowl.com.
And, Mobile we're so proud to have an event like the Senior Bowl here. Tell everyone what that does for our community, having something as big as the Senior Bowl here.
It's a great family event. It's a huge economic impact for the whole city. I mean, every restaurant downtown, every hotel is packed. All the people want to come out on Saturday and support their team, but yet support, Senior Bowl. So it's a great thing.
And let me tell you one thing that I remember the most. Of course, I've been here at Fox 10 for about almost 8 years now, and I can remember my first year's reporting getting sent down to the Senior Bowl where they do the autographs for us.
Yes.
The day before the game.
Yes.
And people stand out there in that line for hours just to get in there.
They do. The Senior Bowl experience.
Yes.
Friday afternoon. It's a free event, so you can't not want to come down, and you can actually see and meet the players. It's the Coca-Cola Meet the Players. It's just fun. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. The kids love it. There's inflatables. There's all kind of interactives.
You want me to tell you why I really remember it? Because one year, John Parker Wilson, that's when he was the quarterback for Alabama, and all the girls were like going crazy because he was there. And so all of my interviews that day, I was talking to girls saying, so how do you feel about meeting John Parker Wilson? Of course, they're all like, woo, like this. It was a pretty good story. We'll have to pull that one.
We bring rock stars into town for a week, and so it's funny. They're a mess.
And Georgia's being a rock star here, getting this all mixed up. What have you added here to our mixture?
I've added milk and powdered sugar, and we're going to blend that up. Then we have crushed some of these delicious Reese's, chopped them up actually, Reese's peanut butter mini cups, and we have Cool Whip. You can whip cream if you want to, real whipped cream, but I like easy. I find that men and women today in the kitchen don't have a lot of time to do all those great things, so I'm using Cool Whip.
Well, this sounds great, and we're going to come back in just a few minutes, and Joe's going to add a few things to this mixture, but he doesn't get the best part. That comes in the third cooking segment where I'm going to eat the whole pie, so he doesn't get any. Joe?
Welcome back to Studio 10. We are in the kitchen with Georgia Russo's Catering and Lauren Taylor from the Reese's Senior Bowl. I've been excited all morning long about this, and it is true. I'm not saying this for TV purposes. I started a diet 4 days ago. I'm breaking it today because I want some of this. I'll be healthy the rest of the day. That's fine. We can overcome it. So what are we doing right now with this I Love Peanut Butter Pie?
Well, I've put my Cool Whip and chopped up pieces of Reese's peanut butter cups in this mix, and now we're going to put it in the crust. And I chose a chocolate crust.
Ooh,
the recipe, you can do any kind of crust you like. It has a peanut butter crust to go with it, but I'm such a chocolate freak. I decided to try a chocolate crust today.
And tell me a little bit about your relationship as Georgia Russo's Catering with the Reese's Senior Bowl.
Well, we have been supporters of the Senior Bowl for many, many years. As everyone knows, my family's restaurant, we used to feed the players at the restaurant. And we've done the catering for the quarterback club for, I don't know, 20 years maybe.
Very cool. Now we have some toppings we have to put on top of this.
We're going to put some Cool Whip topping. Again, you can make your own whip topping if you want to be
This is the best ever.
a real chef.
This is the best day of my life.
And my chef at the office would be, he's cringing right now because I'm using Cool Whip. That's all right.
All right, so we do that, and we add some of those Reese's Minis on top, and
We
you're going to
do.
do a little freezing on that for a little
Put
while.
it in the freezer, and then you're going to get to eat it.
All right, sounds good. Now, Lauren, the Senior Bowl as itself, the game is huge. Everybody loves the game. Talking about the game, we're going to talk more about the actual game itself in our final segment, but there's a week long of events leading up to this big thing.
Oh yeah, I mean Friday is all about community service. So we take the players to Children's and Women's Hospital. They get to visit the kids. They go to different schools in Mobile and Baldwin County. It's just a really fun day, and it gives them an opportunity to give back.
Yeah, that is so cool. And to see some of I've been there, I've seen some of the video of the players going to the hospitals and see the kids' faces light up. It's priceless. It makes the whole week worth it. Now, in addition to that, you talked a little bit about the big fan event on Friday with the signing of all the players, the autographs and stuff. Also, a big event with Baumhauer's as well.
Yes, on Saturday, there is a Baumhauer's Restaurant Senior Bowl Tailgate Challenge. Got it out. There we go. And they can go by Baumhauer's restaurants on Airport or in Daphne to pick up their flags.
Okay.
So it's a great, you can get an awesome prize, bring your best gumbo, barbecue, all kinds of stuff. There's a lot of different categories.
Very cool. Now, if someone's wondering about all these events that we're talking about and they want to see what's going on every day, including the practice schedules and all that kind of stuff, how can they do that?
SeniorBowl.com.
Very simple.
Very easy.
All
Or
right.
call our office.
Or call the office. All right, so we're going to be talking more about the Senior Bowl in a little bit. The last segment, we bring the pie out, I eat it, and we talk some football. So that's going to be a great segment. And Chastity, you're not going to be a part of it. Back in our Studio 10 kitchen with Georgia Russo, Georgia Russo's Catering, and we have replaced the very attractive Lauren from the Senior Bowl with a man who does his best, Rob Lehocky.
Definitely a downgrade.
Well, Rob, we miss you here at Fox 10 still. Every day I cry a little bit. Rob was in the sports department for many years here at Fox 10. Now you are with the Reese's Senior Bowl. And before I let you talk about that, I'm going to take a bite of this as she tells us how we finish up this pie here. How long in the freezer do you think?
A couple of hours until it's firm. You know, it's pretty loose when you put it in there, so
Oh my gosh.
is it that good?
It looks
Worth
good.
getting off your diet.
This is the best thing I've ever had. I'm serious.
Really?
This is like my favorite thing ever.
Well, that's why I'm with the chocolate and peanut butter police. I'm going to make sure this comes back to the Reese's Senior Bowl and does not stay here. I'll give you a slice.
The chocolate peanut
Chastity.
butter police. Now, Rob, we've talked a lot about all the great fan events that you guys have the week of the Senior Bowl. All year long, the Senior Bowl is doing big stuff, but the Reese's Senior Bowl, the game on Saturday, we want to tell the folks a little bit about that. Lots of local intrigue with Alabama and Auburn as well.
Absolutely. We have 4 Auburn players, 3 Alabama players coming at this point. A lot of local guys, too. I mean, you have Jalston Fowler, who, of course, played at Viger High School, and Senquez Golston, who played at Ole Miss. He's from Pascagoula. You have Demarius Randall, who played at Arizona State. He's from Pensacola. So, and we've got Sammy Coates, a 4th-year junior, coming. He played at Leroy. So we kind of have the Mobile area surrounded. Then we also have Spanish Fort with Reese Dismukes, who played at Auburn, an All-American center there. So he's coming as well. So we're really well represented in our area, which is always nice to have local players come back home to play in the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, and I mentioned before that you were in the sports department here. It's really cool for us, outside of just being working for the Senior Bowl, to see guys like Jalston and Sammy, who we covered on a daily basis back then, be here back for the bowl. I remember Jalston making some ridiculous catches at practice at Viger, just over the head, and he's like, what does he weigh now, like 260 or something?
He's a big boy. Yeah, you remember him in high school. I saw him first when he was a sophomore at Viger, and I said, I mean, who is this guy? He looks like he's 26 years old.
Yeah.
So he's always been well built and thick, and he's going to make a good pro, too. So we're excited to have Jalston coming down.
All right, so the big week, Lauren, again, told us about a lot of the events. She didn't talk about the practices so much, though, and the practices are always open to the public. Tell the folks about that.
Yeah, and it's actually changed this year for the first time. The practices are not going to start on Monday. They're going to start, we pushed everything back a day, so the first practices will be on Tuesday. We'll have our normal South practice in Fairhope. at 2:30 in the afternoon to 4:30, so kids can get out of school and go see the players in
There's
South.
always a huge turnout there in Fairhope. With this
Fairhope, it's always a huge crowd, and we also have these autograph tents after every practice. For 30 minutes after practice, players will sign autographs. It's on our website, seniorbowl.com. You can see which it's by position. Now, that first day in Fairhope, the Alabama and Auburn players will sign. If you miss them in Fairhope, you can always get them on Friday at the Meet the Players event too. So, but after every practice, you have the autograph tents at Ladd and then of course at Fairhope on Tuesday.
And this year's actual game is going to be when?
It'll be Saturday the 24th at 3 o'clock. We still have tickets available at seniorbowl.com, so it's going to sell out because we're going to have a lot of local players. And this is a very talented group. We have 108 players. We're still waiting on a couple of players, a couple of big-name players like Marcus Mariota, who, of course, will play for Oregon in the national championship on Monday night. We're still hopeful he can come out and play. And he's interested in playing, we've heard, but you know, there's a lot of things that go into making a decision like that. So we're going to find out about that next week after the championship game. But a lot of talented All-American players that maybe folks here have not heard of, but they're all listed on our website. And they're all talented. We're going to have a good turnout this year.
Well, I don't know if it can be as good as this pie.
Well, it's going to be close to that pie. I don't know, but it's a close second. That looks good. Are we going to get to taste it? You made it.
I'm going to let you
know
taste
what?
it.
This is your piece right
Absolutely.
here.
You know what's awkward is I just get to eat it, and you guys just have
we
to.
just stand here and watch it eat? It looks good. I do
You
see
steal
two.
one of those forks
There's two forks here.
and dig in.
Well, Rob, it was good to see you again, buddy. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you
in
for having
and
us.
Look at
cooking
that
this
thing.
delicious pie.
And thank Reese's for sponsoring the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And as you mentioned, Reese's has peanut butter now and the minis and this pie. And Chastity, you noticed that you haven't been cut a slice yet. What's going on?
I'm waiting on Rob Lehockey to do it. He said he would for
I
me.
will. I'll cut you a
Thank you,
nice healthy
Rob.
chunk out of this.
I'm excited to try the pie, and so good to see Rob too. We need to bring him back more often just to talk about some football, huh? We'll see if we can do that.
Cut me a piece of pie.
Rob's a nice guy like that.
I know. Why aren't you?
I'm just kidding.
Look, 2 pieces gone. I already ate my entire piece. I'm not joking. The
I
entire
thought Rob
piece
got
I
a
had is
piece
gone.
too. Did he not?
Who? Rob?
Yeah.
We gave him like a little sliver of a piece. That's all he
get much.
deserves.
Here's a look at the temperature.